It says we're live. Are we live? What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Welcome to Homebuilt Workshop. Welcome to Wednesday Live. Thursday Live for Harry Dude. How's everybody doing this fine Wednesday morning? What's going on as we get settled in here? Alrighty, let's see. Man, you guys are beating me here this morning. Robert's here. Robert says, howdy, everyone. Hope everybody is doing well, staying safe and healthy. Right on. Robert, good morning. We're doing good. I need to get this chat over here where I can see it a little bit better. And Terry's here. Terry says, hello, Jeff. Howdy, all. Terry, what is going on? How are you doing? Right on. How's everybody doing? Harry Dude's here. Harry Dude, what's up? Hope everyone is well. Right on, Harry Dude. What's going on? Robert says echo. Echo? Echo. You got an echo on your end? Everybody else? Anybody else have an echo? I've only got one microphone activated. So I hope the echo's not coming from me somehow. Let me know. I can neither confirm nor deny what's going on. Harry Dude says, no echo here. Right on. Good. Oh, Robert's got it. Says, my bad. Had the stream started up in a separate browser. These things will happen. So good. Cheers, everyone. I got my cup of hot coffee here this morning. We are ready. We are ready to hang out. I'm anxious to see what everybody's been up to. Oh, it's good stuff. Harry Dude says, double dipping. That'll give you an echo from time to time. These things will happen. Oh, right on. How's everybody doing? I don't even know. Oh, there's my phone. Make sure that's not going to go off. Oh, I got a notification from the 3D printer. It's completed its task. Oh, let's see here. Big Swede's here. It's modern Echoplex device. The modern Echoplex device. It's interesting. It's probably some sort of it's probably a guitar pedal name or something like that. The modern Echoplex. Yes. Right on. So what's everybody up to? What do we got going on? What's on the bench? What sort of projects are in the works? Mine was, well, there's a few things I'm working on. One is off, well, a couple of them are off camera. No, really one off camera. And then another one is not necessarily off camera. I got a lawnmower from a friend. I didn't need a lawnmower, but they were moving and said, we're not taking this with us. We can't get it to run. So I've been tinkering a little bit here, a little bit there on this lawnmower. Not that I need a lawnmower. I have no use for another lawnmower. I've got what I need for a lawnmower. But I thought, well, I'll get it running and maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll replace my other one. And so I've been tinkering on this thing. It didn't take long at all to get it running. Somebody at some point has taken this thing all apart, and it was a disaster. Like they put it back together, but nobody said anything about it had been apart like completely. I'm talking like the flywheel, carburetor, all this stuff's been taken off. So I get the thing running, but it doesn't run very good. And I think I'm probably going to end up just giving this thing away, throwing it up on Marketplace and saying, hey, free mower, come get it. It doesn't run right. But there's a part of me that's stubborn enough that wants to get it running right, and I can't quite figure it out. It starts up on the first, maybe the second pull. I mean, it's incredible. It just fires right up, but it won't run up to RPM. It's one of those. It's just a push mower. It's got a little governor on there. I've reset all of that stuff, and it will not run up to RPM unless, this is the weird part, unless, a push mower, you got the handle that sticks up, unless you push that handle down, which lifts the front of the mower up off the ground. If you push it down to where the handle touches the ground, so the mower's at an angle, it will clear up. It's from the spitting and sputtering, and it'll run perfect. You set it back down, and it goes back to spitting and sputtering. The carburetor is clean. The jets are clean. I have taken them apart several times. I can see through them. I can shine light through them. I have blown carburetor cleaner through every single thing, and I am convinced that the line is clean. The carburetor is clean, as far as I can tell. Maybe I should take it apart again. I don't know, but I cannot get it to run. Do I need to, like I said, do I need to fix this and get it running? No, but I'm stubborn enough that I just want to now. But on the other hand, I don't need to, and I know that I'm probably wasting my time by messing with this because I don't need the lawnmower. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But what would you guys do? Would you just throw it aside, or would you be determined to get it running before you gave it away? Or, well, I mean, I guess if I got it running, maybe I could sell it for a couple bucks. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Big Sweet says, yes, it was a tape delay, popular in the 60s and 70s. Ah, gotcha. So is that what you're working on then? I guess I misunderstood. Yeah, so that's cool. Tape delay. Ooh, so it actually has a tape in there? Is it like a real tape delay with a loop of tape that runs around? That would be pretty cool. I've never used one of them whatsoever. Let's see here. Robert says, I've been trying out Opera browser and started the stream in that first. It did not look like the chat feature was going to work, so started in Firefox to do the chat. Gotcha. So then you had it playing in two different ones. That'll give you an echo. Not the Echoplex. Time Surfing. What's up, Time Surfing? Says, good morning, Jeff. Great to see you, everyone in the chat. Good to see you. Right on. What's up, dude? Right on. Big Sweet said it's the loop. Yep. Tape loop. Well, with a sliding head. Oh, that sounds cool. Right on. Yeah, like I said, I've never used a real tape delay. I've got several delay pedals, but they're all like the digital things. And Dastardly Dave's here. Dave says, sup all. Dave, what's going on? How's everything going in your neck of the woods? Right on. How did your guitar project go? Big Sweet said digital rules. Yes, I like digital. I don't know. The old ones, there's a certain cool, a vintage cool, I should say, to the old ones. But I don't have any vintage pedals. I don't have any vintage pedals. Mine are all, well, I guess you could probably say they're vintage now. I probably have some that are 20 years old. Probably a lot of them are 20 years old. But I guess now they're vintage, but they weren't when I got them. I guess that's what everybody says, probably, huh? I guess when I say vintage, I don't have any like from the 60s and 70s kind of thing. 80s even. I did have a couple earlier Boss pedals, like the, what was the one of them? I was impressed. I had the heavy metal pedal. I think it was the HM2. I guess at the time, several years ago, 10, 12 years ago, I went through and I sold a bunch of my pedals. I had like dresser drawers full of them. Because for a long time I was buying pedals, trying to find the ones that I really liked. But once I settled on a select few, I had dozens of these pedals that I'd never used. And so I went on a eBay selling spree, just trying to clear some things out. But I don't know why this particular one, I think it was the HM2 heavy metal pedal. In my opinion, it didn't sound great, at least not through what I was looking for in a sound anyway. but I don't know why this one, when I threw it up on eBay, it sold for a ridiculous amount of money. I could not believe it. And then as soon as I saw that happening, I thought about stopping it and keeping that one, but I already had so many bids. I'm like, man, that'd be kind of messed up to cancel the auction at that time. But I don't remember exactly what it sold for, but a couple $100 or something along those lines. But I couldn't believe it. I'm like, man, that might have been one to keep for some reason, or it was just really popular at the time. I don't know why. Oh, let's see. Robert says, just finished a late breakfast, cleaned my dishes, and made my first cup of coffee. Cheers, Robert. Enjoy that cup of coffee. This is my third cup of coffee. I usually get up in the morning and have a couple of cups while just sort of sitting on the couch. It's kind of the one time that I actually sit for not long. I mean, we're talking, I don't know, maybe a half an hour. It's not a long time, but that's when I scroll through social media the most and, just spend a few minutes kind of waking up, enjoying my coffee. And then I pour a to-go cup and it's time to get busy. Time Surfing says, you getting a start on that winter beard? It'll be time for the beanie cap soon. I know, do not remind me. I was looking at that this morning. It's getting a little out of control. I gotta do something about that. And the fact that I can see the little hairs on top of my head. I gotta get a haircut. Real bad. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Or then the next few days anyway. Yeah, it's totally out of control. Dastardly Dave says, quality builds at the contest, though low turnout. Doc 1 definitely had the coolest build. Very cool. Right on. Yeah, I don't know. You see, as far as the turnout, I don't know if they need to, maybe they need to promote it a little better somehow, because I don't even hear about it. Like, the only way I hear about it is after you had mentioned it. And I haven't heard a word. So probably part of that is just getting the word out. I don't know if there's something different that they could do. Maybe they'd get some more people if more people knew about it. Paul's here. Paul says, good morning, working hard. So more listening than interaction. Right on, Paul. That's all right. You can get some work done and just hang out in the background, listening background. I don't know. He says, did you try the crappy coffee yet? Not yet. I was just telling Gina this morning, I'm like, we got to dig out that coffee grinder. Like, because I wanted to try it for the thing today, and we never dug out the coffee grinder. And yeah, so we got to dig that out, get some grounds. Maybe this weekend we'll try to We'll try to try that crappy coffee. Harry dude, HM2s have a cult following. Dial it all to max, throw it into a dirty amp, and you have the Swedish death metal sound of the late 80s, early 90s. One trick pony. I've never got great results from it. So you are familiar with it. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't looking for that death metal sound. There was a rock metal sound that I was looking for, and like I said, I was buying just all the different pedals to try, different combinations, and I didn't like it either. But yeah, I could not believe that one in particular just took off in the eBay auction. And this was years ago. Interesting. Yeah, one trick pony. I can see that. Robert says you can find DIY pedal kits online. I tried making one once. Almost had it built and noticed I soldered one of the transistors in the wrong spot and messed up the board trying to desolder it. Oh, man. Yeah, that's no good. That's something I've been wanting to do, and I want to do it for one of these for a project video actually. Although I don't know how I would present that. I feel like it would be more of a, hey, watch me fumble through and solder this pedal together, because it definitely wouldn't be one where I'm telling you how to do it. But I'd like to try one of those clones from StewMac. I've heard great things about that, and I'd kind of like to try it. So maybe I will. Would that be interesting, do you think? Like, what do you guys think? Like, I can guarantee, though, it would have nothing to do with me saying, oh, this diode goes to the transistor, which makes it, clip at this. I don't know anything. I don't know that stuff. But it would be, hey, here's me fumbling through the instructions trying to build this pedal. Kind of a, if I can do it, you can do it kind of thing. What do you think? Let me know. If that would be interesting, I would not be against ordering up one of those and trying it out. I've heard really good feedback on those kits. Paul says, did the sticker make it okay? Yes, that's right. It's right here. It's right there. I had space on this drawer for yours, so it's right there. Dastardly Dave says, yep, a little more promotion needed. I'll post pics of my build today on Facebook. Right on. Yeah, I'll check it out. Big Swede says, lawnmower, give it away. You got better things to do. You are absolutely correct. I'm going to put it back together as soon as we're done here, and I will just take a couple pictures, post it on Marketplace. Come get it. Yes, thank you. I knew that. I did, deep down. I know that I've got better things to do than mess with a lawnmower that I don't need. It's called stubbornness and determination. To a fault, actually, is I would agree that I have that to a fault. Harry Dude says the made in Japan version is worth more than the Taiwanese version, although exactly the same. I don't remember what mine was. I'll bet you I could go back on eBay and look at old listings. I don't know if mine was a Japanese version or not. Did they do that? Are you talking about the Waza pedals? Or like before that, like when it was just the normal pedal, but it was made in Japan? This was probably from, I don't know when. I don't know what year it was. Probably the late 90s, maybe early 2000s. I don't know when they stopped making it, honestly. Paul says, cool, thanks. Yes, it is there. It will be. You can see it in quite a few shots. Robert says, the one I tried building was a delay type pedal kit. Oh, nice. Yeah, I want to try the clone. Yep. So that silly lawnmower is something that I've been tinkering on here and there. Over the last couple days, I also had to do a bunch of lawn mowing. Still got a little bit left to do, but since we had that week or more of rain, everything kind of got away from me. So I had to I decided to just take a couple days and get everything caught up. Also, I'm working on. I showed them last week the wrench holders, right? So the little wrench holders that we talked about last week. Well, I spent more time printing the rest of these, and I now have this drawer. Both of my wrench drawers, standard and as well as metric, are all situated with the wrench organizers. How am I supposed to show you this? We're gonna go handheld. Let's try this. Here, stop following me for a moment. Let's try this. I've never tried this. Boom. This is gonna be a little shaky. So, I printed a ton of these. These are all magnetic. We've got metric and we've got standard. I did mine all in this gray color because I'm not too concerned. But what I've been working on, I talked about, hang on here. All right. Oh, why is it a little angled here? But I also printed some in red and blue because how many of you have Allen wrench sets that are red for standard? I'm trying to do this without being able to see. And blue for metric, right? So I thought, well, I'll print some in like this. These are just sample ones, really, because I'm putting them on my website, homebuildworkshop.com. And we're going to offer these up. See if anybody is interested in some modular wrench holders. So I've been working on that. I got the video is all put together for it, where I'm organizing my toolbox. But I was going to get that posted. I was actually going to post this over the weekend because the video's up, ready to go. But I realized I'm not ready to go on the website. So I had to print a couple of these, and so I could take pictures to get them listed on the website. And my goal is to have all of that listed on there today, so that I'm thinking I've been kind of going back and forth, and I'd be down for if you guys have any suggestions, even if you're not interested in these things. I'd just like to know how you would like to see it if you were. I was trying to think of how to do quantities. But everybody's got different quantities of wrenches, different, quantities of metrics and different quantities of standard. And so I was thinking, what if I just put them up there individually? And you can say, I need 10, or I need 27, or I need 12 blue and 12 red. And they're basically priced per piece, and then you just choose whatever. You choose the color, and then you choose how many you need for each kind of thing. I think that'd be the easiest. And that's how I was going to set it up. But I thought, you know what? We got the live coming up. Let me just throw it out there and get some feedback from y'all. Y'all. I said y'all. But anyway, yeah. So let me know. And I let's see here. Harry Dude said I'd go for red for Imperial, blue for metric. We're doing something similar for my tools. Started using Gridfinity from my guitar tools. Ooh, yeah. I see that all the time, the Gridfinity. Yeah, and honestly, I wish I'd have thought about this before I printed all these gray ones, because I think it'd look pretty cool with red for all Imperial standard and blue for metric. Imperial standard. And see what I did there? But anyway, yeah, I wished I would have liked to have had that myself. I didn't think about it until I really started pondering throwing these on the website. So that's what I'm going to be working on. So that video should be out this weekend, and these will be available. Wrench racks. Also, I had to put some text in the back so that, HBW for Home Built Workshop, and then I've got a version on here because I want to be able to track, right, if I make any changes from here. So this is 8.6. And I just thought it'd be easier to, just to know. That way if I'll print them with the version info, let's say I make an update, somebody, I don't know, has an issue or something, and I can say, oh, that was fixed, and you got the older ones. Whatever, I don't know. But they've been tested, they've been working really well, and yeah, we'll throw them up there. Trying to keep that 3D printer going, as if it hasn't been going enough. Between plaques, which I got another update on that here in just a second. Let me catch up on comments here. Plaque update. I've been printing plaque stuff, printing the grooming blades, the horse grooming blades, which we've also getting good feedback on, which is pretty cool. So that printer's busy. We're going to get to the point where we're going to need another one, which is good. Robert says, I think I bought the pedal kit from StewMac. Amazon sells those kits from StewMac. I think on Amazon they're slightly less expensive. I'll have to check that out. Stringsattached.ca. Right on. Says, I'm here, but waiting for my chiropractic appointment. Can't have the volume too loud. Oh, sorry. I'm going to whisper. I don't want to disturb everyone in the doctor's office. What's going on? Strings attached. Hope the doctor's appointment goes good. What's on your workbench? Here it says the original HM2s made in Japan, then Boss moved all pedal production to Taiwan in the early 90s. So it was probably a Taiwan one that I had. Big Sweet says, I'll support that. Right on, right on. Harry Dude's doing the Gridfinity. Yeah, I see that everywhere. Gridfinity, Gridfinity, Gridfinity. Robert says, I had to buy an air compressor yesterday because when I was moving, I got almost finished and noticed that both front tires on my zero turn were flat. Had to finish mowing with my push mower. Darn it! That's what I want. I want a zero turn. I need to get rid of all these other mowers, get a zero turn. That would be great. It would probably speed up my time, not because it's a zero turn specifically, but my riding mower, the deck is small, so it takes me a long time to get a decent amount of mowing done. I want something with a bigger deck. A zero turn with a big deck, that would be great. Big Swede says, any thoughts on something for sockets? Big Swede, I have been pondering and pondering and pondering sockets because sockets would really, I also would benefit from something for sockets. I've not yet found that thing. I've got a couple ideas, but right now, these old school, these are what I use. And for 3/8, they work great for me. I have them for 1/2 inch as well. And they sort of, they're okay. They're okay. I would like something that looks a little neater, but where those things fall short, in my opinion, is the 1/4 inch stuff. Look at this one, I can see is just sitting there. Oh, wow, it actually has a little bit of tension. I think because these little snap-on clip thingies, and I say snap-on because they snap on, not the brand snap-on. I think because they're so small, it doesn't take much for them to get bent out of shape and they don't hang on. That's why, most of these are empty, because it doesn't do anything. So like that one holds a little bit for now. Well, maybe not. I might have just bent it just now. So something for sockets I would appreciate that myself. I have considered the little trays, that just have indents for each one, right? They don't like hold anything necessarily for transport, but it's literally like a plastic. Oh, it's sort of like this blow molded kind of deal, but it's got a recess and the socket fits down in that. It's not made for picking up the whole thing and carrying it around necessarily, but some sort of a tray I've been thinking about that would hold all of the sockets. It's not my first choice though. That's why I haven't pursued it. I honestly would like something that I can pick up and bring along. I don't know. I don't have a great idea yet. It's on my mind though. Something I would like to do. So I don't know, but it's definitely something I want to do there, Big Swede. Strings Attached says they look better than gray or black. We need more color in this world. I agree with that. And that's what I'm saying. I did all the gray ones, but you can see, and I wish I'd have thought of this ahead of time. Maybe I could always reprint them all. Maybe my friend Jim needs a whole bunch of these. He's testing out a bunch of these. Well, not testing anymore. They're in use. Maybe I can send him some. Jim, if you need more, let me know. But yeah, they're printed in ABS plastic. Little magnet embedded inside there. Pretty cool, really. There's a fly. Here dude says Darth Vader's lightsaber is red. Imperial. Dark side. That's how I remember. Imperial dark side. Interesting. Yeah, see, I don't know. I just like the colors. I do like color. I agree with Strings Attached. We need more color than the plain dulls. The dull gray, black. I do like black though. Strings Attached says, my son's living on the farm with his grandparents and does all the mowing. Right on. Nice. Robert says, my mower has 45-inch deck. Mowing my outside fence part takes about 45 minutes. It's about 100 by 100. Nice. Yeah, 45. I would be happy with 45-inch deck. Mine is only a 38. The riding mower that I have used to have a 42-inch deck, which would be a little better, a few more inches, but the deck rusted out. and finding a new deck was very expensive. So this 38 was off of basically the same model, but you could get it with 2 different deck sizes. So it was way less than replacing the entire deck. Strings Attached says he loves the 0 turn, does a lot with a tractor and a bush hog. Yes, I have done a lot of mowing with a bush hog, and I wish that I had one of those right now, because we've got a lot of pasture space here that would really benefit from a brush hog, but I don't have a brush hog. So unfortunately, I can't do much with it. And there's 0 chance that I'm going to go out there with my little mower, because it just can't mow tall weeds. It's not what it's made for. Although I do use it a lot for sort of brush hog type stuff, which is probably why I have to sharpen it all the time. Like I'm killing that poor thing by mowing some of the stuff that I mow with it. Robert says mower is probably overkill. We got tired of using the push mower and the 0 turn. Most like 45 or bigger. Oh yeah. Yeah, I would love a 48-inch deck at least, or maybe even a 54. I've seen that on a few. My little mower is not powerful enough to run something that size though. But for now, we just keep plugging along. Alrighty, so I said I've been working on more plaques. Yes, last week I had everything done. I had all of the initial order done. I got a couple more last minute ones. I got those 2 done, and I got at least one more since then. So I am now, I have not gone to town yet to get more materials, which I need to do, because I'm waiting to see if there's any more last minute ones, which kind of sucks because now I'm waiting, but that's fine. I'd like to get these packed up and shipped out of here, but it's all right. It's all right. I got one back here. Actually, I need to spray the final coat. But I ran out of clear, so I got to go get some more clear, and we'll be working on some more of those. But really, overall, those are done pretty much. It's going to be a couple of stragglers, maybe another 3D print or 2 here and there as we wrap up and get into a little bit farther along into this month, and these things will be done and gone. So we're in good shape there. But I need to get back to some regular projects. But there's one project that. There's one thing that I've been wanting to build, and I'm not sure how to do that. So I kind of wanted to throw it out to you guys and see if you have any suggestions. So one project that I want to make are some wooden, like, house numbers, right? Like address numbers, like wooden signs, basically. But I don't want to make a video about me making signs with my house number on there. Yes, all the stuff's online. It's all, everybody can search everybody up, but I don't want to make it one step easier. So I thought about, well, do I just do sort of a for fun kind of thing, and then off to the side I'm making the rest of them? Do I make it say, home built workshop sort of thing as the video, but then I make the number signs at the same time? I don't know. What do you guys think? I really want to make some of these because it would really help the delivery drivers that come here, because it's not super easy to see our addresses. I just think some number signs would be better, at least a little bit helpful, at least for 1 or 2 of the places that are in my little area here. I don't know. What do you guys think? Now that I say that out loud, maybe we make some just some funny stuff or some generic kind of signs, but at the same time, I'm making the ones that I need. Maybe. I don't know. Just thought I'd throw it out there because that is something that I've been wanting to do for a couple of weeks. Just to make some. I've made some before as sort of a test, but I'd like to make them a little bit bigger than the ones that I already have. So I'm talking probably like CNC engraved kind of thing. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Or maybe it's just a project that doesn't even need to be in a video. I guess not every project needs to be, but since I like to make videos, I like to put every project in there. Just want some feedback. Donna's here. Donna says, good morning. Coffee up. Right on. Coffee's up, Donna. Super good today, too. Donna says, if you want to make a couple squirrel houses, I'll buy them. Squirrel houses. I'd have to look that up. We have had a squirrel here for the last, I don't know, like maybe a month now. I don't know if he's finally moved into the neighborhood, but for years and years and years, we don't have squirrels that live here long term. It seems like you get one that maybe he's moving through kind of thing. I don't know, but he'll be here for a couple weeks and then gone, like in the fall mainly. But we've had one here consistently for probably a month. So I'm like, well, maybe the squirrels are moving in, which would be kind of cool because I like squirrels. I like to watch them. I don't know, they're just kind of fun. So I don't know. I don't know if they're moving in because they're doing a lot of developing in the area. So I don't know. Harry Dude says, make all the numbers, put the wrong numbers on the letterbox of the video and photos, then change them. That's a good idea. Just scramble it up. But see, what I was thinking of, that wouldn't be hard though. I want to make a few different ones. No, I wouldn't need to. Maybe I just make 2 different ones and I just scramble the numbers all up. Yeah, that's a good idea. Then I don't have to make something. I was thinking of making them like out of a board, right? So you have the board, and then engraved in there is, the numbers, the scrambled numbers, and where you engrave it deep, you paint that. Then you cut out the rest, sand the top so that the rest, it's all wood, but the numbers are painted. And I've experimented with that, and it looks really nice, I think. But yeah, just scramble it up. So basically I'd have to make 2 because I wouldn't make the numbers separate. But now you're giving me some ideas too. I could make the numbers separate. I could 3D print the numbers. You could almost 3D print the whole thing. 3D print the router template sort of deal. Interesting. Now the gears are turning even more. But yes, so if I made it the way I was originally thinking, I would just make 2. You'd make one with scrambled up numbers, or, maybe it has letters. I don't know. And then you make the actual one kind of behind the scenes. Yeah, but that's really all I need to do. I think I'm probably overthinking the whole process. Oh, Donna says, I have 12 plus, so I'm a squirrel mom. Right on. Now, do you feed the squirrels? Do they come up to you? Because I keep trying to feed this one. It likes Ritz crackers. Did you know that? Squirrels like Ritz crackers? It comes up and it grabs the little Ritz crackers and it eats it. And then it looks like it's flexing its tiny arms. Like it's threatening me. I haven't gotten it to come up with me yet. Last year, though, last year's squirrel, I was able to get up to come up and take the cracker from my hands. This one, I don't know. I haven't yet. Kizzy's here. Kizzy says, morning, guys. I'm building an instrument wall for my son. An electric acoustic 12-string. It's big. 2 acoustic, an electric lead, an electric bass, ukulele, violin, and high enough for an 86-key keyboard with pedals to sit at the bass. And recommendations, ideas. Wow. So, okay. And recommendations, ideas for all of that. Depends on what route you want to route you want to take. Is it a route or a route? Depends on what route you want to go. Are you wanting to build all of the hangers? Or buy all of the hangers? If you want to buying them would be the easiest, and quite honestly, that's what I have all of mine hanging from. Those little string swing hangers. Not sponsored, but that's what I do. I use the string swing deals. You know, they're what, $12 or something. I don't know. Actually, they're probably twice that now that all the prices have gone up. But still, fairly inexpensive. They have different ones for different instruments. That's what I use, and you can mount them up high enough to get everything out of the way. They have hangers. I think they have them for violin. They have them for guitars. Most of them work universally. The only one I have that's a little bit different is a banjo hanger. It's a little bit narrower for my banjo, but I don't know why you couldn't do that unless it's not how you want to proceed. You know, but that's what I have done, and you just hang them high enough so that you can fit the keyboard underneath there. Let's see, I'm skipping down. Oh, Kizzy says, I have all the hangers, don't want to put that many holes in the wall. Okay, so here's solution number 2, and one that I've pondered messing with too. Get a nice board of some sort, or maybe not a nice board. As I think about it, I look right here. This is not one I would use, but hey, camera, come, what are you doing? Hello? Come back over here. What are you doing? What's over there? Why are you looking over there? Get you a board. You can go to the lumber store, buy a maple board, or buy something, or find some sort of reclaimed thing like this right here. Again, I would not use this one in particular, but it was sitting there. And you mount all the hangers to this, right? Whoops. Mount all the hangers to the board. And then, you know, you can get it all spaced out. Lay it on the floor, right? Space everything out, get the spacing right, mount the hangers to the board. Then you can go and every so often, you know, mount these into a stud on the wall. If you were trying to eliminate holes in the wall, it definitely would make sure that this is mounted into some studs at least. And then, you know, you just secure it at either end, maybe in the middle. As long as you hit the studs, it's going to be super solid. It should work fine. But I would do something like that, I think. Camera, what? Why? Why do you keep going over there? And then you stay over it. Hello? Camera? Hello? Hello? Oh, you want me to have some coffee? Okay. Let's see. Robert says, have you seen the Bench Critters cookies? Sweet tea? Yes. I says, I bought a set of 6. They work pretty well. Good to know. Donna said, add peanut butter. Ooh, peanut butter for the squirrels. Yeah. I love Ritz with crackers with peanut butter myself. Robert says, squirrels are neat till they get inside the attic or walls of your home, of your house. Ask me how I know. Oh boy. Yeah, I know they can be a nuisance. They can be. I know they are in some areas for sure, especially where I grew up on the East Coast. Squirrels are everywhere and they are a pain in the butt. Out here, we have so few of them that I just like watching them. I like to see them. Harry Dude says, the Kizzy, make a wooden frame to go against the wall, stain it, make it a feature of the wall. Yes, that's exactly what I was saying. Kizzy says, oh, that's what I was thinking, but also want something to stabilize the backs so they're not just dangling. I guess I would challenge that a little bit in a very respectful way and say why. What is it you're worried about that makes you want to have the back stabilized? Because the hangers are meant to let them dangle. But a solution, okay? A solution to that, if you wanted something against the back, would be just use some foam. You like get some foam or like cut some little blocks of wood at whatever thickness It would need to be off the wall, depending on what's hanging on there. Put a little piece of foam or little scrap of soft carpet on the back if you're worried about that sort of thing. But again, I would say I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 8 of those hangers. 8? I have 8 of those hangers right now. Every single thing that hangs on them just dangles. I have nothing on the back, to keep to support the back, because the weight's still hanging anyway. I don't know. I guess there's no reason you can't, right? But just use a block of wood with some sort of padded thing. When you'd have the instrument down, you'd have a interesting little block of wood there, maybe, if that's a concern. But really, I don't know. There's no reason you can't, I guess is what I'm saying. If that's what you want to do, go for it. Just find something to kind of pad the back a little bit. But if you didn't do that and you just let it hang, it's going to be fine. I mean, that's what they're designed to do. And, I've never had an issue just letting it hang on there. Robert says squirrels are fun to watch for sure. Yeah, they are. Like I said, we don't have tons of them. We have literally one. I don't know if it's a mama squirrel. I don't know when squirrels even have their babies. What are they? I don't know what they're called. Pups? They're kittens? I don't know. I don't even know what baby squirrels are called. But I can't imagine it's this time of year. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I like seeing the little squirrel here. That's funny. Goofy things. But anyway, so yeah. Kizzy, back to your thought. I'm trying to think of some other way you could do that, and I cannot think of any other way. There's probably 1,000 of them. But the block of wood with a piece of carpet or foam on the back, if you're worried about it swinging. Okay. I don't know. I'm pondering. All right. Anyway, let's see. What else? So we've already decided, with your help, that I'm gonna ditch this lawnmower, which sort of was the plan anyway. But I'm just gonna give it away now. Be done with it. Not mess with it. I don't need to waste my time on it. Done. I've got to finish getting these listed on the website for the video this weekend. I need to make some address signs. Yeah. I feel like I've been having a little bit of a, I don't know what the word is. Do you guys ever get to where maybe it's overwhelm? Like there's so many things that I want to get to at the moment that not one of those projects is able to get no, basically there's so many things I want to do all at once that I almost haven't gotten anything done. That's not the case because, like I said, I've been working on plaques, working on, wrench holders and that sort of thing. But I've got a giant list of projects that that I need to get to, or that I would like to get to. Cigar box guitar that I keep talking about. I've got to get to that. I had somebody get a hold of me the other day about possibly making a diddly bow. I haven't committed to anything there. I'm not sure if that's even going to be if I'm even going to do it, but I don't know. There's just a lot of things that I got to get to. All right, let's see here. Everything's still good. Looks like it. Oops, I lost the chat. Where'd the chat go? There it is. I've lost it. Is everything still working? I got some weird pop-ups here. You guys let me know. Are we like freezing up? Is everything still... Are you still with me, I guess, is what I'm saying. Let me know. Oh, and hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. It seems as though that maybe things are frozen on my end. Trying to make sure. Robert says it's working on my end. Okay, good. It was just weird. Like everything, even on my preview window here, it kind of froze up for a second. So, whew. Good deal. Harry Dude says, I feel your pain. I've had a CNC router sitting there for 2 weeks. Haven't had the chance to fire it up and make anything with it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's not, it's weird, right? It's almost paralysis by analysis, especially this last week or so. While it's not like I haven't been sitting around, that sort of thing. But there's so many things that I want to do, and I'm like, well, this one I need to get. The cigar box guitar. I had a company reach out about maybe trying their tuners. I'm like, oh, well, I'll try it on this thing, but I don't have the tuners yet, so I can't work on that. And then I gotta make these signs, or the address numbers, but then I'm not sure exactly how I want to do that. And I got the video done for the wrench thingies, but oh wait, I don't have them listed on the website, so I got to do that. And then, I've been tinkering with this lawnmower, and you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe that's been my excuse to do something different. Huh, interesting. But yeah, there's so many things. And then I'm like, what are we going to build next? And I look through the list of things and ideas and stuff like that, and it's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, I gotta clear that out. I gotta clear that out and get to working on some other things. And then you still gotta put stuff in there. Put some time in there for you got family obligations and that sort of thing. And yeah, it's been interesting. So good to know that I'm not alone. But Harry Dude, yeah, try to carve out a few minutes to start messing with that a little bit. For mine, I have ordered a spindle. I bought a spindle for my CNC. I've had it for several months actually, and it's sitting in the box still. I haven't taken the time to put it on. See, a lot of what goes through my head is making a video, right? I end up thinking I need to make a video on everything. So that ends up hampering me. I don't know what the word is, but since I try to turn everything into a video, sometimes I don't end up doing stuff because I'm like, I want to make a video on that. But for whatever reason, maybe I'm working on another project or another video is going on. I just get too many irons in the fire. So I think sometimes it's okay to stop. It's okay to stop. That's something that's been going through my head. It's okay to take a few minutes to do something. It doesn't have to be a video. If I got to put the spindle on my CNC, then that's what I need to do. And Harry Dude, I'm with you. It's okay. Take a couple minutes and just unbox it. Turn it on. Just see it do something. Even if you don't dig in and really, cut something on it yet, but just a little bit at a time. I got to do the same thing. I really do. I just take a few minutes here to do some stuff. Take a few minutes there, work on something else. Doesn't, I can start chipping away. And that's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. It's more of a, I'm not complaining. It's, I don't know what the word is. Therapy session? Kizzy says, we've had two hung before, and when a train passes or the washing machine's on, it would cause the electronics to tilt, and all of them make noises. It's something he requested, or, houses on blocks. Okay. Now, I'm with you. That makes sense. So it shakes them. So you want something in to keep. That makes sense. Perfect sense. I get it. Do it. I would look at. It could even be a small block of wood with some foam. Just get some black foam. I don't know. You probably go to the hobby store and get some foam. I don't know if you can get black foam. Yeah, I'm sure you can. Yeah, all it would need to be is a little block, right? That is thick enough. Maybe the foam is thick enough to where when you put it on the hanger, it just rests against it. That's all I'm thinking. Maybe that's all you need. Maybe test it with one. Use some double-sided tape or one of those 3M sticky things. What are those things called? Command strips? Stick it on there with one of those for now to test it, to see if that does what you're hoping it'll do. That way you haven't poked any extra holes in the wall. And actually, you could probably even attach them that way because it's not going to hold any weight. It's literally just to support a little of the against the back. Yeah, try that and see if that does what you need. That makes total sense. Go for it. That's what I would try, I think, first. Something along those lines to see if that does, unless I'm not understanding. But a little block that the back of the instrument rests against. I think that would work. Robert says, one thing that may help get over a block is to make a list and prioritize them and just start with item 1 and then go on from there. It's a good idea. And Robert, I've got a list. I've got several lists. They're not prioritized lists. But it's really a matter of, no, it is. I guess that is where we're at. Just figuring out what needs to be prioritized. Yeah. So I just need to kind of start figuring that out. And you know what? I've noticed over the years that that's kind of how things go, right? That's just life. Not only building stuff like I'm doing here on YouTube, but just in general, right? Like we ride the waves, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's a good way to think about it, I think, Robert. You gotta prioritize what needs to be done first. I got a gazillion things that need to be done. And I try to tackle all of them at once, as a lot of us probably do. But that's not necessarily the way to go, I think. Yeah, I like that. Let's see. Kizzy says, ooh, good idea. I think I'm going to go with Harry Dude's idea to make a large framed board. You think 1/2-inch ply would do? I use double-sided tape before making anything more permanent. Yeah, see, there you go. 1/2-inch ply. For the whole thing, are you going to attach the hangers to the 1/2-inch ply? I think if I was going to do that, I would want to use 1/2-inch. I don't think I would want my guitar hanging in a 1/2-inch of material. Unless, right, so the string swings has the screw at the top and the screw at the bottom. If instead of using the wood screws or the type of drywall screws that they give you, you mark out the holes, put an insert on the back of, drill a hole through, put a threaded insert on the back, and then you could use more of a machine screw type of thing. More comfortable using 1/2-inch ply if you had something on the back. But quite honestly, 1/2-inch would probably hold just fine. I just have a tendency to want to overdo everything. That's another downfall, maybe. But I also don't want anything to fall because I decided not to overdo it. You know what I mean? I think that's probably the route that I would take, or the route. With a 1/2-inch, I think you could use 1/2-inch just fine. I personally would probably put a threaded insert in the back just to make sure, like a T-nut kind of deal. Probably overkill, but you know what I'm saying. Heritage says you can get hangers with rubber straps that go from side to side and won't let the guitar out. There's also hangers that are spring-loaded and close a gate when you have a guitar. Yes, those, I forget what they're called. I know exactly what you mean. Hercules, yes. Yeah, you said it. It says Hercules make the spring-loaded ones, if I remember. Yes, that's it. Hercules, I use the string swings, and they have the little rubber strap. I don't even use the rubber strap. I just hang it on the wall. I feel like maybe did I used to use the rubber strap? I don't think I ever really did. I never saw the need personally, but they are a good idea if there's especially in a location where they can get bumped. And the Hercules ones are pretty cool too. But most of mine are, well, 100% of mine are string swing. So I would, in an effort to keep everything together, I would just stick with string swing. Here's another option, Kizzy. I'm gonna throw another mix into the works. If you're gonna mount everything to a big board, do you even need, all right, stay with me, do you even need the little string swing things, right? The little wooden piece. And this is actually a thought that I have had before, and maybe I'll explore it one of these days. You know how the string swing is a tiny block of wood with a threaded insert that you screw in the actual hanger. Well, what if you took that out of there? And this, like I said, this is something I want to do. Take that centerpiece out, just the hanger, install your own threaded inserts into the whatever the big board is, and then just screw the hanger into that. Don't even mess with the little wooden piece that the guitar hanger comes with. That is something that's actually on my list. Take a big board, just, insert my own threaded inserts, install all of the string swing pieces in there, and just build a bigger hanger. Like I said, that is, I was talking about my list. That is one thing that is on my list. I think it'd be pretty cool. And maybe now I should do that. I could add a couple more hangers, which I could use. Dang it. I mean, I might have to do that. Huh. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. That has been on my list of things for probably 2 years. Kitty said, ooh, that's an incredible idea. Yeah, I guarantee you that is something that I want to do, and I might do it now. Just because I've said it out loud, and now it's going to be at front of mind. You see what I mean? This is how my mind works a lot of times. I'll go from saying I need to work on this one thing to going, ooh, squirrel. Now I need to build this guitar hanger wall thingy. I do have a spot in the home where I have one hanger on either side of a window, but I want to double that up to have 2 hangers so that I can have more guitars there. I might have to do that now. I could cut some boards to fit in there, finish the boards, install the inserts, hang up the things. I'm going to have to do that. I just got to figure out what that thread is. That shouldn't be too hard. Yep. I'm going to have to do that. And I got some maple right here. You can't see that, but I got maple right there. Oh, I've got some nice black walnut there too. I've been saving that for an acoustic. See, that's that's what my brain does. I probably have like, what is that? Where you're all scatterbrained? I don't know what that is, but yeah, I've got a bunch of that. There's some maple, walnut. I got to go to the lumber store too. I could grab some other stuff too. Yeah, see? I'm going to have to do it. I like it. Kizzy, I'm going to build the same thing. But do it. That's what I would do, I think. I'm changing my thought. Eco Woodcraft says, hey, hey, hey. What's up, Eco Woodcrafts? How are you doing? Kitty says, I'll French cleat it to the studs, then double up. So 1 inch behind the hangers, maybe? Oh, that's fine. There's plenty. Says, I also have mini display spotlights I want to incorporate into it. Ooh, that would be cool too. Yeah. That would be neat. It's all backlit, like uplit, downlit, whatever it is, like the art studio thingies. That would be cool too. Wonder how hard that would be to incorporate into my board. That would be cool. Kizzy says, thanks so much. I think I know what I'm going to do now. Yes. Right on. Kizzy, you're welcome. Everybody do it. It's no secret. It's not a secret proprietary idea. Build it. I'm going to do it too. I'm going to have to get a couple more string swings. In fact, I think I'm going to order them as soon as we're done. Just get some more. And then we'll just start taking them apart. Yes. ADOS. Yes, hairy dude. Attention deficit. Ooh, shiny. I like it. That's awesome. Yes. Strings attached says you still here. Yes, I am. Did I cut out? See, that's what I thought earlier. I thought I cut out. Eco Woodcraft says good make moves. Good make moves. Right on. Yeah, we're still here. We are still here. And now I've got a little more direction on some projects too. I do need to get on building a cigar box guitar. We need a new instrument. We haven't built one in a little bit. And then I got some walnut here for an acoustic. I'm almost thinking that maybe starting on a winter acoustic build. Again, it's just voicing stuff out loud. It helps me kind of fine tune. Don't hold me to that. But yes, I got to get to this cigar box guitar for sure. And then maybe an acoustic. I don't know. For the cigar box, what do you guys think? Electric? Should I make it electric or like give it the option to be electric? That's what I've been thinking. Because that's what I like. And I just like to build what I like. Anyway. Let's see. Strings attached says, oh, cool, looked like it finished, but it's not. Cool. Right on. Strings attached says, yes, you do. Says, yes, electric. Okay, right on. Kizzy says, I'll place pegs in one of the walnut pieces that the hangers are attached to, and bam, we have a headphone hanger. Already thinking about the scraps. There you go. See? That's how this works. You got it. Bam. Yeah, right on. That was one of my earliest projects here on the channel. And actually, if you want a couple of laughs, you probably could scroll all the way back. All the way back to a simpler time. The year was probably 2012. Maybe 2013? I don't know exactly. When I made a headphone hanger, with the top was rounded over so that it fit my headphones nicely. The world was a much simpler place back then. Yeah, no, if you do want to, go back and watch some of the older videos. I watch them once in a while. It's good for a laugh. I did make a headphone hanger though. I still use it though. Hey dude, this is pointy cigar box with a Floyd Rose in neon colors. That would be pretty wild. I wonder if anybody makes a cigar box that is not square or rectangular shaped. Like, does anybody make some sort of odd triangle shaped one or some oddly shaped thing? I don't know. Like a what is that thing called? I forget I don't know. But I could see something tilted, right? And you have cigars lined up in there. I don't know. That Floyd Rose. That would be fun. It would be fun. I had an idea and I just lost it. Kizzy says, ooh, I'm going to watch it. Yes, and you will laugh. You will laugh. The headphone hanger turned out pretty neat. I thought it was kind of cool. The older videos, yeah, they're fun. Let's just leave it at that. Strings Attached says, I 3D printed a cool headphone hanger. Right on. Strings Attached says, yes, a guy makes a Flying V. Oh, Flying V cigar box. Very cool. Rick's here. Rick says, hey, Jeff, how you doing? Just arrived. Right on, Rick. Welcome. Welcome. How are you doing? We're just brainstorming some cigar box guitar builds a little bit. Eco Wood, cigar box ukulele. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, it says the cigar box that I have, it would almost be like a thin line because it's super thin. Let me grab it. You guys stay right there. Wait, is this thing gonna track me? Or are you gonna stay there? No, you camera, you need to stay. Stay. Whoa. Whoa. It's right here. Oh, it's super dusty. It's a dusty one. I use this here built-in dust rag. It's just cool looking. I think it looks neat, right? So then the neck comes off like right about here kind of thing. I just like the color. Of course, it's red. I like red. But it's thin. Oh, I thought maybe that might be Spanish cedar or something, but I don't smell a single thing. It's just cool looking, but it's a lot slimmer than some of the other ones that I've done. So I think I've barely got enough room to use a 3/4 inch piece for the neck. I think it worked fine. And that's the fun thing I like about building cigar box guitars. They're all different, right? There's different challenges with each build. Um, I like to try to keep them so that the box is intact. I don't have to, destroy the box other than, you know, cutting a notch in here. I'd like to try to leave the hinges on if at all possible, that sort of thing. And each one's just a little different. So this is the one that I plan to use. It's just a cool looking box. So that is coming up. And I mentioned that I'm going to be testing out some tuners. I think if that goes through, if not, it's no big deal. I've got tuners. But yeah, that's the plan. Rick says, I'm doing good. Right on. I'm glad to hear that, Rick. We're doing good too. Kitty says, I need to add an extra hanger because I'm getting him an electric guitar building kit. Ooh. But he's smart. So what can I pretend it's for in the meantime? Well, just tell him, hey, we're building an extra spot for when you get some more instruments. Like, you don't want to build for exactly what you have now. It gives them room to expand, room to grow. Oh, and Kizzy says, I forgot to add, I'm getting informed for Christmas. Don't tell him. Tell him, you guys. Yeah, just tell him we're going to build an extra space, just so you got some room to grow. Say, hey, what if I get one? Maybe I'm going to get one. Roger's here. Roger says, howdy from Texas. What's up, Roger? Good morning. How's everything in Texas? Right on. Strings attached. I made one out of a PlayStation. Interesting. Check my channel. Very cool. Hey, dude, cigar box, 2-string bass. Nice. That would be cool. I've thought about that. So the diddly bow that I have has got a bass string on it. I think it's like maybe the D. Maybe it's a G. I don't know. It's one of the the upper strings on a bass on a 4-string. It's actually a bass string. I'd have to measure it and see what it is, but it's 70 or 80 gauge. And I've messed around a little bit with that one string. Boom, 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 boom. You can sort of. It's not super low, but yeah, it's pretty neat. But yeah, 2-string, that'd be cool. Roger says, talking about cigar box guitars, I'm working on a cigar box dulcimer this week. Very, very cool. Right on. Yes. That was just this one I got to get started on. I gotta order hardware. That's another thing that I get hung up on. Just ordering supplies. And really, I just need to do it. Rick says, Jeff, you should see all of the cool-looking baby quail out on my street. Oh, wow. Says they're neat to watch. Yeah, I can imagine. Quail are kind of cool-looking anyway. I like to watch them. I haven't seen too many quail in years, though, since I moved out here. But yeah, growing up in Pennsylvania, we used to have quail around quite a bit. Yeah, they're kind of interesting to watch. So anyway, guys, I think all this talk about getting busy, getting to work, I got to get back to work. I need to go finish the listing on the website for these magnetic wrench holders. Going to be available only in 3 different colors: plain gray, blue, or red. Available in whatever quantity you need. So that'll be up. The videos, look for the video this coming weekend. These things will be listed on there. And yeah, that's the plan. Oh, I also got to list this lawnmower. I got to get rid of this lawnmower. I'm done with it. Had enough. I'm not messing with it anymore. I don't have time for that. Anyway, that's the plan. So you guys, right on. Hope you guys are all doing awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Rick says they're neat to watch. Do you have them where you're at? Rick, I don't. At least not right here. We may have them in the state, but we definitely don't have them right here where I live. I've seen a turkey here once, and that's about it. Kizzy says, the violin is a completely different beast. Y'all ever mess with one? I have not. I've never. Well, I think once. I think my cousin, when we were little, played a violin, or somebody had a violin, and I remember like, and that's literally all I did. I don't even know who played it now that I think about it. But I do remember squeaking one with, but I know nothing about a violin. Roger says, I surpassed my bride in UPS deliveries this month. Well, Kizzy's laughing, Roger. That is good. Well said. Well said. Kizzy says, thanks for the help. Have a good week. Let's go get stuff done. Yes, I like it, Kizzy. Thank you. Yes, let's encourage each other. Tackle those projects, right? If you feel stuck on something, don't worry. You're not. It happens to all of us from time to time. You just got to refocus, get after it, that's the plan now. Yeah, let's do it. Tackle those projects. Harry, dude, just get to CNC until you can turn it on and see it do something. If that's all you do, bam, you've made another step forward. So right on. Yeah, let's just motivate everybody. All right, we all have the same challenges. That's the word. Harry dude says, cheers, folks. Have a great week. Right on. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys so much more than you even know. So, yes, I definitely look forward to these lives, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. Always fun. And yeah, sometimes you just need to voice some things out loud, and it helps a lot. So anyway, Rick says, you're welcome. Right on, Rick. Thank you. Thank you. You guys, have a great week. Stay safe, stay well. Get out and do some stuff. Tackle those projects. Check some things off the lists. And clear out stuff that you don't really need to be spending time on. That's what I'm going to be doing as well. So, you guys, this is awesome. Thanks again. Stay safe. Rick says, have a good one. You guys, I appreciate you. Where's my buttons here? Right on. So, yeah. Wrench holders this weekend. Be on the lookout. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Take care. Thank you. Oh, man, I'm ready. Let's go get some work done. Stream will stop immediately. Later, everybody. Thanks.